Welcome back to Garage K. You join me in part 2 of renovating the crap out of my house. So, yeah. What we're doing is we're building something that looks along the lines of that. It's actually in the background over there. That's the finished job, but I won't show you that yet. This is what we're going for. Yeah, one thing I didn't mention in the previous video is one thing I'm having problems with inside my head is how to attach the face panel, because I don't want screws just in the face of it, obviously. And you can't put screws in from the back, because how do you get in there if there's a cover underneath? So it's kind of a catch-22. You can't put that on without that on, but you can't put that on without that on. Kind of catch-22 that I'm fighting with in my head, and same goes to the base. So that's where we're at, and let's go. All right, here's a quick update for you. I've got three of the back panels done. One thing that I'm running into here is that these boards are actually bowed, so the measurement at the top and the measurement at the bottom might be the same, but the measurement in the middle won't be. So what I've decided to do is to actually ignore these, and I'm going to build sides out on either side of this and basically make 3 different cabinets that are joined by the horizontal pieces. That is the plan. That's the current plan. That may change as that's not a noose, by the way, it's just a loop so that I can grab the pull downstairs. Design may change as I run into more issues, but that is the current plan. I know that this wall to that line that I'm going to try and follow, that's actually straight. No, it's not. But that roof, that part of roof there, that little bit, it's not flat, it angles up like that. So I can't actually use any of that for my measurements. I have to go off this wall here, which is kind of a pain, and one of the reasons this is taking so long, I think I'm on day 3. Obviously I haven't been working on it all day, every day, but yeah, that's sort of where we're at. And it looks like it's going to have to be modified straight out of the packet, but what's unusual about that? Looking at it from here, I feel like the white wall and the brown wall sort of closes everything in. So I'm thinking about painting the inside white, which means that having visible screws won't be a problem anymore, because just putty over them and then paint. I still don't want visible screws, but it would make life a lot easier. Like mounting the shelving and everything would become just super simple. So I haven't 100% decided yet whether I'm gonna have the inside painted white or not, but that's sort of the way I'm leaning, because I don't want the room to feel closed. It's already a small room, and I'm gonna make it smaller by bringing this wall further forward in the shape of a cabinet. So I don't want the room to feel smaller, and lighter colors seem to make a room feel bigger. I'm gonna give you a demonstration of what I'm talking about with this bowed timber. It seems that that one is fairly straight, so we'll assume that one's straight, this one over here. That one I'm pretty sure is bowed terribly. Let's have a look. So if we put this up against there, we can see that it's 42.4, right? If we come down to here, it's now 41.6. Ugh. We come down a bit further, we're at 41.8. Now down here at the bottom we've got 42.4 again. So this thing's a banana, which, I mean, you can almost see it. I don't blame the guy that built this wall so much. I know he was dodgy, but I mean, realistically, it's the inside of a wall. No one was ever going to see it, so it didn't really matter. It only matters now that I want to have vertical walls for my shelving. So yeah, we just have to ignore these and build around them. I don't want to move them. I could cut them out, but I don't want to damage the wall on the other side, because that's a toilet and it's already got wallpaper on it and everything else. I don't want to damage any of that. So It just is what it is. This wall here that I've got that goes all the way to the top, I'll have copies of these on either side of this. So I'll basically have 1, 2, 3, 4 separate cabinets joined together by the top and bottom boards and covers that cover up these. So what we're going for now is something like this. We were going to go for something like this where the shelf was joined behind the uprights at the front, but now we're just going to have boxes with dead space in here and a cap to sort of cover over where those uprights in the wall are in the way. So make 4 boxes basically and then cover over the parts we don't want to see. Getting there. It's time to go to the hardware store and get the 9mm for these bits. Okay, so I need 2 sheets. That's another 20 bucks or so. I'm up to, I paid 70 for all of this, another 20 for these pieces here. So yeah, I'm hoping to get all this done for under 150 bucks at a 1-to-1 conversion. It's another day. Here's another update. I've got the backboards stapled to the sideboards. Sideboards are cut to fit. As you can see, all fits in there nice. That's what we're running with. That's where we're at. Okay. It's all coming together nicely. This was really the only one that was difficult to get in there. Less than, I mean, it's a perfect fit, which means it doesn't go in or come out easily, but that's that. Next step is to measure from this point to this point and then make up a template for a shelf. Make sure the shelf slides in, everything's square, and then use that setting on the table saw to cut out 5 shelves for each box. Then I have to pull the whole lot out again and then screw the shelves in from the side so you can't see any nails. The shelves won't be adjustable, but at least there'll be no nails visible. I don't have to paint it, but I probably will. Here's another quick update. I've got the boxes all done. The walls are attached to the backs. It all fits nice. I just got done cutting out all of the shelves for the smallest box. The way I did this is I cut a piece of wood as a template so that I didn't mess up one of my shelves, and then just kept cutting the template down until it fit perfect, and then used that on the table saw to cut out all of these. So it's just a matter of screwing these in from the back like this, here and here, all the way along, and then I'll be able to, well, this piece will be basically finished. I've been thinking a lot about this edge board. What am I going to do for the edge? Because the plasterboard stops there, I've got this gap, but also down the bottom, the skirting board stops there, not at the edge. And another thing is I don't want this to be a single layer of 12mm. I want it to be the same thickness as either that or that, which aren't the same thicknesses. So I'm thinking I'll actually cut this back to here. I'll have to buy a tool to do it. I could probably do it with a hammer and a chisel, but I might make a mess of it. A proper cutter would be nice. So if I cut that back to there, I can have a nice face panel on here and a nice outer board with this exactly the same running up the edge of my outside board. What on earth are you even talking about? Well, what I want to do is that skirting board is 19mm out from the wall. So I want to have a piece of wood that's 19mm thick that runs up the side of my plywood. Then I will have this piece, which is 10 by 10. That's the biggest piece that I can get from the hardware store. I will route out 11.5mm or 12mm from this edge and put this against the plywood and against this wood. So it'll look like the skirting board goes up the wall. You can actually see it over there. See this, like that piece there, that piece there, and then there's the thick, there's the thick pole that runs up. that thick pole that you can see right there is actually shaped like that, and the 12mm wall sits in that recess there so that it looks like one piece. From here you can't tell that it's two pieces. It looks like that thick pole goes right through into the wall, which is what I was going for. So after I've got all these shelves in, I might have to tackle that, because I can't fit top. I can't put those top pieces in for good until this panel is attached. But I can't attach that panel until I know how wide it has to be. And I don't know how wide it has to be until I've finished the outside board. So I'm gonna have to do that next, I think. Let's give that a try. This is where I'm at, trying to put this top piece in, and be able to see that it fits in down that end, but it doesn't fit in here because nothing's square. So I'm using that plane to file down, or plane down this edge, so that it'll fit up between the stair trim and the cabinet. Not quite there yet. Okay, quick update. I've got the second row of shelves finished. I also cut down the top piece. You might be able to see up there. I'll circle it in post. I cut those down so that I can pull them out and put them in without having to remove the lower section. Because that molding hangs down, if this touches the top, then you can't pull them back out again. So I cut 1 centimeter off, so now it clears. You can actually remove it. That makes it easier for like the building process. But once that top panel goes on, they won't come back out, because the top panel sits up in behind that molding there. Here's another update. Got the third row in. Looking good. Still haven't figured out what I'm doing up the top yet. I don't know how I'm going to attach it, nor have I figured out how I'm going to do the bottom yet, but I don't think it's going to be easy no matter how I do it. Just driving screws into it from the front is not going to float my boat, so I have to do it without screws visible. I could use dowels, but that's kind of a pain, really. I guess I could do that, kinda, but yeah, there we are. So this one left, and then that's I think I'll call it a day after I've finished that, because it's just about beer o'clock, I reckon. So I don't know if it's clear or not yet, but I really haven't decided on how I'm going to put the top section on. This piece, I haven't decided how I'm going to do it. I don't know how to do it. I'm basically looking at a shape like this for the upright, so that that faceplate can sit on this ledge here and be in there. But how do I do that? With a dowel from the back and glue it on? Maybe, but it's going to be, obviously, that's a fairly complicated shape to cut out. Wait, can you even see it? That there are failed attempts there. I haven't drawn, I don't even know what you call this anymore. Mechanical drawings? Anyway, I haven't drawn like this in quite a while, as you can see. I'm a bit rusty at it, but I couldn't even draw the front panel properly. But that's sort of the shape that I'm thinking about for that front pole, so that this front panel can sit in the front of it. But haven't decided yet. And that's, spoiler alert, that's not what I'll run with anyway. So that's it. That's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. There'll be another one in a few hours. Might be 12 hours. Might be less. Anyway, I'll see you then. Later.